Welcome back to Mastering SQL Queries and T-SQL, the ultimate playlist to level up your database skills and ace those interviews. In today's session, I'm going to deep dive into the fascinating world of SQL with a focus on one of the lesser known yet incredibly powerful operators called as Intersect. Have you ever wondered how to find the common records between two result sets in SQL? Or maybe you have struggled with optimizing queries to identify overlaps in your data. Well, that's exactly where Intersect comes into play. In this video, I will walk you through everything you need to know about Intersect, why it is essential in data analysis, how it works with real example, real world scenario where Intersect can save the day. And stick around till the end because I have to share 10 must-know Intersect interview questions to help you shine in your next database interview. So grab your coffee, open your SQL Server editor, and let's unlock the power of Intersect together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you find this video helpful. So let's get started. Let's first understand Intersect. So Intersect does what? It compares two result sets and then returns the common rows. So if you see this diagram, we have a Venn diagram here. So we have this section, let's say it is A and it is B. So from A and B, if it finds the common records, I mean two result sets, which are very common rows. So please note that I'm talking about common rows. So it is completely comparing what the data in both the row sets, record sets, and whichever common, then it returns that. We usually get confused with the concept of intersect and inner join, but I'm going to clarify those. So at the end of this session, you would be able to answer these questions as well. So for example, let's say this is my one table which contains last year sales data, which has customer ID, customer name, and amount. And likewise, we have current year sales data. So these are two record sets that we have. You notice here is there are some customers who are the part of last year as well and the current year as well. For example, Neha Sharma had the records in last year as well as in current year as well also. So what I want to capture from both these tables is I just want to capture the loyal customers or the customers who are the part of the last year purchases as well and this year as well. For that, I can go and create an intersect between these two tables. So I will explain the syntax in coming slides, but just to understand, this is how we write intersect. And here is the data. It gives me the data comparing both the tables, both the record set, and matching each data in the row, and whichever matching, it provides this. So you notice here is that I am selecting what? Customer ID and customer name from both the record sets. So it will exactly compare customer ID and customer names from both the record sets. Just by chance, if I'm putting another field here as amount, so maybe I will not be having any record from both the tables because all the three fields of that particular record should be matching. Takeaway here is it compares each and every detail of the row from both the record sets and then it returns that value. And that's where it differs from inner join. I'm going to show you the examples as well. Let's go and try to explore some of the use cases of intersect. Where can we use this intersect concept or intersect option of SQL Server in our real-time scenario? There is an e-commerce platform and it has to identify the loyal customer who made the purchases in both current and last year. And for that, we can use intersect. We have just seen that. Makes sense? Use case number 2. Use case number 2 is the one wherein I am going to find out the compliance check for employee training. So the IT companies or non-IT companies, they have some compliance training. All the employees of that company need to complete that training. So I want to check that a particular or HR of the company, HR team want to identify who all employees who completed the same training in last year as well as this current year. And for this, they can use intersect there. So here is the data. Last year training table has got 3 employees, 101, 102, 103, and they completed these trainings, .NET Full Course Database and Data Structure. And this year, also a couple of employees have completed the trainings of T01, T101, T103, T104. But the HR wants to know who all are the employees who completed the same course last year and the current year both. So for that, they can write intersect. So the same way, employee ID training ID from last year training, intersect, employee ID training ID from current year training, and here is the answer. There were two employees, 102 and 103, that is, they completed their trainings in last year as well as in current year. This is case number 2. Let's go and explore use case 3. Use case 3 is when there are two stores in the company, store A and store B, and both store some product. I want to check that what are the products available in both the stores at a point of time. And for that, they can use Intersect out there. So here is a store A has got 1, 2, 3 shoes, shirts, pants, and store B has got 2, 3, 4 shirt, pants, and laptop. And writing the intersect on both of these, and here is the answer. Shirts and pants are the two products which are available both in both the stores, in store A and store B both. Make sense? Likewise, we have a couple of more use cases. Students tracking in academic institution. We have to identify the students who enrolled in the same course in both the current and last semester. For that, we can use Intersect. In IT security, this is an important use case wherein there are two types of logs maintained: the failed login logs and the login logs, successful login logs. So if we can track the IP, which are the part of both of them. If the IP is part of both of them, then it is a suspicious login behavior. So this can be used in security for the security purpose. We can track that kind of logins and we can take necessary action against that IP. Make sense? So we have seen that there are many use cases of Intersect in real-time scenario. Let's go and try to decipher the concept that I talked about, the difference between inner join and intersect, which is really everybody gets confused. So if I'm talking about the purpose, it finds the common rows. Again, it is common rows, but it combines the related rows from the two tables. So the objective is quite different here. So by default, the duplicates are removed in case of intersect. But if you want to remove the duplicates, you have to use distinct in inner join. Compares entire rows, but compares only the specific condition. So I'll show with an example. If you are here, you see that there is a specific condition. So you are writing on customer ID, last year sales customer ID equals to current year sales customer ID. And it is only comparing based on the one field. But if you are talking about intersect, it compares the entire row. Each and every data of the row is compared, and then finally the results are returned. Comparing data set, wherein returning data from two or more tables may be slower for large because it has to compare each and everything, but it will be faster. So by this is the example. If I am, let's say, creating an intersect between these two tables, and I'm going to compare all three things. So there is no record there in this table, these two tables, which are exactly matching. So I am getting nil record here. Okay. But if I am putting inner join to both of the tables, I can see two matching records, even if their amount is different. So why did this intersect not give me any answer or no record? Because these amounts were differing. So it has to compare the exact amount. Make sense? So this, I think, should clarify the difference between the intersect and inner join. Let's go and try to see how can we write intersect. So intersect has got mainly two parts. We can also write three tables or four tables as well. But mainly this is two tables. The first part of that is what you call is the select statement from first table. And then you have to write intersect, intersect. And then this is the second part. You have to write the second table. Please note that the columns should be matching. So here is the customer ID with the customer ID, customer name with customer name. And the tables are different. And this will give you the result set. Make sense? Let's go and see these things in action in SQL Server Management Studio. I am in SQL Server Management Studio, and now I have written some scripts for you in order to save our timing, because then I should not write these all live. So I'm going to create two tables, last year sales and current year sales. And those two tables have three fields: customer ID, customer name, and amount. And then I'm going to insert a couple of records to these tables. So let's go and create the first table. The first table gets created. Again, I'm going to create the second table. It also gets created. Let's insert the records in the first table, inserted. And then let's go and insert the records in the second table, inserted. Let's check the details which we have inserted. So we see that there are four records in first table. That is last year sales. And there are three records in current year sales table. Now let's put the intersect between these two. So let's go and select and execute the intersect. So I have already spoken and discussed that how to write intersect, the first table, select table field 1, field 2 from the first table, intersect field 1, field 2 from the second table. And you see that it is showing me all the matching records, like 2 and Neha Sharma here, 2 and Neha Sharma here. So that's why those details are shown. And 3 and Dino Jason here, and 3 and Dino Jason here. And that's why this record is shown in Intersect. Make sense? This is the first example. Let's go and see the second example. Last year training and first year training, wherein I'm going to track those employees who have done the trainings, same trainings last year as well as current year. Let's go. This has 3 fields: employee ID, training name. So let's go and create the first table. Last year training table has been created. Let's go and create the second table. Current year training table has been created. Inserting some values to last year training table. Inserting some more values to current year training table. Let's select these 2 tables. So we have 3 records in last year training table and 3 records in current year training table. Let's go and execute the intersect on both of these. And you can see employee 102 and 103 are the 2 employees who did the same course in the last year as well as in current year. Make sense? Perfect. Let's go and see the same thing in inventory management case. We have 2 stores, store A and store B. Let's create a store A, created, and let's create a store B, created. Let's insert some values to A and B, inserted. Let's check the details of these 2 tables. I can see that product ID 1 shoes is there in A, store A also. 2 shirts is there in store A, and 3 pants are there in store A. And store B has 2 shirts and 3 pants. 3 product ID is pants, and there is an additional is laptop also for product ID is laptop as well. So let's put an intersect between these 2. You can see that product ID 2 shirts and product ID 3 pants are the 2 products which are available in both their stores. And we see that using intersect, we can find out such values from the record sets. Let's go and try to understand the intersect versus inner join. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create intersect between customer ID, customer name, and amount. We know that we have all customer details here. So let's say, so I'm saying select all from last year and select all from current year sales. So these are the 2 tables. And let's go and see the intersects. So last year sale and current year sales. And if I'm going to find the intersect between these 2, while creating the intersect, I am trying to select 3 columns. So there is no exactly a row which is matching exactly the row with the first. Like say the first row is John Smith. There is no John Smith here. The second is Neha Sharma is there. So 2 and 2, Neha Sharma and Neha Sharma both are matching. But here Neha Sharma had amount 400 and here Neha Sharma has amount 300. So these are not matching. And that's why your intersect doesn't have any value. So what do you learn from here? We learn it from here is intersect compares the complete row. And if it finds exactly the same data in both the record set, then it only captures. Whereas if you are going and trying to see the inner join on this, so this is the way we can write inner join. We have already discussed on previous sessions. So you see that there are 2 persons having records in both and they are being displayed, even if because inner join is based on just 1 field, right? So if it matches the field, like 2 and 2 are matching, 3 and 3 are matching, and the records are displayed here. Make sense? So this gives us the answer of how inner join or how intersect differs from inner join. Let's go and try to explore the 4th concept. If you're writing intersect between 2 tables, and by chance, if the table, the field which you are using in intersect, if having different data types, for example, here table 1 and amount is of integer type, and here table 2 and amount is of float type, right? And then I'm going to create an intersect between these 2. Will that work? Let's explore this. So let's create the first table. First table gets created. Let's create the second table. It gets created. And let's insert the values to the first table. I'm inserting 1, 2, 3, 100, 200, and 300. Inserted. Let's go to insert the values in second table. I am inserting little different values in second table. What I'm inserting different is, let's say if I'm selecting both of the tables. So let's go and select. So we see that table 1, table 2 both are displayed, as well as one thing that we have seen is it is also displaying table to data. Even if the data type is different, if the data value is matching, it shows that data back to us. So the answer is, even if they have different data types, but the values if matching, they can, the intersect works successfully there. Let me take you to the top 10 questions which are asked intersect. The first is, what is intersect operator and used in SQL Server? How does it work? I think at the end of the session, I think you are able to answer this question pretty well. Second, how does intersect differ from inner join? We have already discussed this. What are the rules and restrictions using intersect in? So you need to have similar number of fields that you are from the first, before the intersect keyword and after the intersect keyword. These are a couple of the rules. What are the difference between intersect and except in SQL? So except is another concept in SQL. I will take it to the next session in this series. Does intersect handle duplicates? Yes. Write a query to find common employees between two departments, obviously using intersect. How does SQL Server optimize queries intersect? Duplicates are eliminated. Intersect can be used for more than two tables. Yes, we can write. What happens when the data type between the two intersect queries are incompatible? We have already seen. How do you debug? So you can check the result set and find the count of those result set and check that the resultant data is correct or not of the intersect. I'm sure that the concept of intersect, which I have discussed with you, is pretty much clear to you. If you want this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more high quality technical content.